Hey.
Yo, Benji. Yeah, yeah. Why do we build a castle of sand when we know very well, baby, in
Hello, everyone. We are currently filming. We are currently recording the first episode of Elevated Mindset Podcast. This is my first time filming a podcast or recording a podcast, and I'm excited. For a while, I've been wanting to share my mindset, my thoughts, my whatever's in my heart. I just want to let it out. I just want to speak it out. Whatever value, whatever knowledge I can give to people, as much as possible, I want to share it. And we will keep this podcast as raw as possible. I might make a lot of mistakes, make a lot of stuttering, or say some words differently. It's because English is my second language. But other than that, we're gonna, keep it as real as possible. We're gonna keep everything real. We're no bias, no nothing. So, let me introduce myself first. My name is Angel De Lima. I am 21 years old. I am a barber. Also, guys, I'm also recording this on my camera. I will be posting this on Spotify. I'll be posting this on YouTube. As much platform as I can share to, I will do that. So, again, my name is Angel De Lima. I'm 21 years old. I'm a barber. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm interested in business. I'm interested in personal finance. I'm interested in. I just love business, to be honest, because business leads to a lot of self growth. It leads to a lot of personal development. That's what I like about business. Unlike other industries where there's a cap, there's a limit to everything, but with business you can do so much. There's sky's the limit, like they say. I'm a college dropout. I was in police foundations at a college near my or in the city that I live in. I was a college student. I took police foundations, and I decided to drop out for the reason being that I believe I was born for more. I was not born to be a cop and be a cop for the rest of my life. I believe that God has put something inside of me, inside of my heart, that is it's God has put something inside of my heart that deserves more reach, that it can't just stay there. It can't just be in my room. God has put something in my heart, inside of my mind, my soul, that needs to be heard and needs to be listened to. So yeah, I'm kind of nervous, guys. Sorry. It's because it's my first time. I like talking a lot though. I like giving value. Okay. Yeah, let's get this started. If you guys have any questions, you guys have my social media. A.D.cuts is my Instagram page. You guys can always message me there or in the comment. And for the camera, for the YouTube camera, sorry if I'm not gonna be looking at you as much. We're just gonna, film this. We're just gonna do this as chill as possible, as comfortable as possible. So now I have some notes here in my hand, and I got my water here too. Make sure y'all are prepared. Drink your water. Make sure y'all stay hydrated. Because that's a must. Staying hydrated is a must. So, our first episode today, Actually, let's get into Elevated Mindset Podcast. Why Elevated Mindset? Elevated Mindset Podcast, I call it that, is because, as we all know, elevate is going up most of the time. I mean, literally, right? Elevated is going up. As human beings, I believe that we owe it to God to elevate. We owe it to God to reach our highest potential, not just financially, not just physically, but every aspect of our lives, spiritually, mentally, all everything, physically. And I believe that if we do not aspire or try to at least reach the highest potential, we it's a disappointment. It's a disappointment to our creator, whoever you believe is, like who like, I don't mind if you believe Jesus, you believe Allah, you believe Buddha, whatever. I believe that you owe it to your creator that you reach or try to reach your highest potential or your best potential. And yeah, I believe that that's our first mission. That's our first goal. The day we were born, as we grow up, we have to reach our highest potential. So, with Elevated Mindset Podcast, our goal is to inspire people, inspire the younger guys, younger women, younger women, younger man, younger women, and I guess every other gender that is there. I believe that it is my mission to at least change one life or inspire one life one day at a time. So, Elevated Mindset Podcast, I want to help you guys to, I want to, as much as possible, me sharing my thoughts, my values, my knowledge to you guys, so you can elevate in your life. I want to teach you about, training yourself physically, you're training your mind, training your mindset, and just every aspect of your life. And as we continue, we will talk about more what Elevated Mindset is all about. So, now, first episode. This episode is called Knowing Your Worth, or Know Your Worth. What do I mean by knowing your worth? Because as I grew up, a lot of people are going up to me and asking me for asking me for suggestions, asking me for advice. They're asking, "Oh, bro, I'm kind of down today. I don't know if I could do it anymore. Is there anything you can say, or you can do to help me keep going?" And one thing I realized from all these questions, all these advices that people are asking for, is that one thing I always go back to is knowing your worth. I always tell them that, know your worth. Hey, Jackson. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Mark. Hey, John. Before you start anything in your life, before you start a journey, before you start your career, before you start your like I said, your journey, you have to know your worth. Why, Angel? Why do you have to know your worth before you start anything in your life? It is because as you go through your journey, there's gonna be distractions. There's gonna be hate. There's gonna be love. There's gonna be support. But our nature as human beings is, even though there's a lot of love, we tend to focus on the hate that's being thrown at us. As you go through your journey, like I said, you're gonna have hate. You're gonna have distractions. You're gonna have persecutions, criticisms, and that's normal. That's normal. There's always good. There's always bad. There's sun. There's moon. There's There's love, there's hate, there's sunshine, there's rain, and that's just how life goes. But going back to knowing your worth is that once you know your worth, as you go through your journey, you don't lose yourself, because we tend to go through a journey, go through a career, go through a mission, and along the way, from we lose ourselves from all these other things going around. And I have an example in my head, that I came up with this couple months. Um, you imagine this. Imagine you're in a competition, or somebody tells you, I'm gonna give you $100 as long as you hold this cup filled with water all the way to the top. A cup filled with water all the way to the top, from the starting point to, let's say, 25 meter distance. All you gotta do is hold this bottle, hold this cup, and you just gotta walk towards the end goal, which is 25-meter distance. You're gonna have distractions. Nobody's gonna touch you. You're gonna have distractions. People are gonna be yelling at you. People are gonna be shouting at you. People are gonna be, distracting you, whatever. Try to blow air on you, whatever. Anything that's gonna distract you, you're gonna have it along the way. But your goal is to have as much water at the end. And imagine the water as your worth. What is your worth? You were made as you were made unique. You were beautifully and wonderfully made. You are yourself. You are not made similar, or you are not a duplicate to another person. God made you, your creator made us one of one. God had put something in you that nobody else has. God designed you, just uniquely. And inside that cup is that worth. Is that water is you. That's you being a good person, your personality, that's you loving people. That's your worth. Your value to the market, that's your worth. So as you go through, that 25-meter distance, as people are distracting you and maybe throwing things at you, are you gonna let it spill? Are you gonna let these distractions around you that won't really do anything good for you from now or to the future? Are you really gonna let those distractions get in your head and spill your cup? So the point being is, it's the same thing with life. As you go through a new career, as you go through your journey, you cannot let all these distractions going on take a piece out of you and change you for the bad. Cause I've gone through things in life when I do things for other people. I instead of me doing it for myself, instead of me doing it because I wanted to do it, it becomes I'm doing it now because of other people, right? So knowing your self-worth is it's a really critical, it's a really important detail to add to your life, because as you go through your journey, you cannot have any other things but knowing your worth first, because you can lose yourself along the journey. You can a lot of people. I'm gonna tap into a little bit touchy subject, but there's people who hurt themselves, commit suicide, hurt other people. You know what they say? Hurt people. It's because they lose themselves along the way. If you're starting from zero year old as a baby, and you grow up to be 30, along the way you are getting all these information that can lead you astray, that can lead you into bad. And but once you know your worth, it's harder for all these distractions going around you to hurt you and lead you somewhere bad. So yeah, so as you walk through this 25-meter distance, you are holding that cup, and you get to the finish line, you get to the end goal, having that 25 I mean having that water filled up, still, it's an accomplishment, because you are yourself. You go through this journey, that knowing that God loves you, your creator loves you, you are unique, you are valuable. Nobody is the same as you, and you made it. You made it by not letting these other things get in the way. A lot of people get sorry, a lot of people tend to forget their mission or their plan because they did not focus on their worth. They did not focus on who they really are. Just because a little stress got in the way, a little depression got in the way. I'm not saying that it's not a big deal, but these things that you're going through, once you know that you are meant for something, you are created for something more, yeah, you're gonna go through these things like it's nothing, right? Because you know your focus, you know your goal, you know what God had put inside of you, and that's what's gonna keep you going. And yeah, I don't know if I explained that really. I don't know if I explained that as clear as I thought I did, but again, I just want to make this a quick episode. We will go through this again, but the point of knowing your worth is, if you start your journey with a goal, with a plan, with knowing your value, knowing that God created you, your creator created you uniquely, beautifully, wonderfully, one of one. If you start your journey with that, there is no way that you won't reach your goals. There is no way that you're gonna come out of this life successful. There's no way that you're gonna come out of this life not reaching your goals and not reaching your full potential. If you know your worth, you're gonna reach your full potential. If you know your worth, these distractions won't get in the way. If you know your worth, these haters, these people telling you, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. If you know your worth and you focus on that, they're just a voice. Because voices, because at the end of the day, you have the choice whether to let these distractions, let these voice control you, or you control that voice and you let it go in and you let it go out the other ear. It's that simple. But a lot of us, we tend to think that these voices should be heard and should be applied to our lives. No. You choose what goes in your ear and what comes out, and you choose what goes in your ear and what should be applied in your life. That's how life is. Because if you could just keep focusing on their voices, it'll bring you down. But if you stick to your worth, stick to the good stuff that people are saying, oh, you can do this. You got something inside of you that nobody has. If you focus on those things, you will reach your full potential. And that's it. First episode, knowing your worth, know your worth. Elevated Mindset Podcast. Again, I did the opening prayer already. I just didn't get to record it, but we will make that on the next episode. We will make that as a tradition now. We will be doing a prayer. We will be doing a Bible reading before we start our podcast. I already did that before the recording, and I just forgot to record it. But next episode we will record that. So, yeah, we did our prayer and the Bible reading for today. Our Bible verse would be 1 Corinthians 10:31. We are reading under New International Version, NIV version, and it says, "So whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do, do it for the glory of God." If your worth is deeply rooted into who God made you to be, or who God will mold you to be in the future, if you are deeply rooted in that, there is no way, it is impossible that you will not reach your full potential, and that you will be the most successful human being in the world. Because what I mean by successful is that it's not about the money. It's just inside of you. You feel happy. You feel satisfied. You feel satisfied. You're hungry, and you feel, even though you're hungry, you don't reach all your dreams. You still feel satisfied. You are still successful because you know your worth. And me, I deeply root my worth from who God made me. God made me as a being that's wow. It's hard to choose words right now because it's my first time feeling. But yeah, I believe that my worth comes from being the Son of God, which is Jesus, and I believe that I keep forgetting the word, but I believe that I am set up to be more than who I was, or more than my past. A lot of us let our past define us, but you cannot define your past, because life is a constant change. Life is a constant process that we gotta go through. It's inevitable that we change. It's inevitable that we go through process. If you eat, you gotta digest, and that's a part of the process, and that's how life works. If you go through your journey, you're gonna have distractions, and those distractions, if you really want to be successful and reach your full potential, you're gonna have to go through that process of being hated on, and that's just part of life. Again, this is Elevated Mindset Podcast. My name's Angel, and God bless everyone, and I'm out. Thank you. And also, again, my bad. See you on the next episode next week. God bless everyone.